Okay, people. So yeah, I checked out Pinocchio, right? Now you might be thinking, wait, didn't you already do this? No, I am talking about Guillermo del Toro. Gel Guillermo? Gul hmm. I'm to be honest, I have no clue how to pronounce homie's name. But Del Toro's version, right? His iteration. So this yeah, it's not the recent Disney one. Right? This is different. And it's easy to differentiate between the two because this is stop motion, right? No CGI in store. So Del Toro directs the film along with first comer, first timer even, Mark Gustafson. He also wrote the screenplay with Patrick McHale and developed the story with Matthew Robbins. Okay. So the film is produced by Alexander Bulky, Corey Campodonico, Del Toro, Lisa Henson, co-produced with Bianca Lister, Gris Grimley, and Melanie Combs. It's executive produced by Jason Lust. Oh, and sorry, Gary Unger also produces the film. Music was handled by Alexandre Desplat. Frank Passingham handles the cinematography. Holly Klein and Ken Schmetzenman edit the film. Casting was Mary Hidalgo. Production design is Guy Davis and Kurt Endel. Art direction, Andy Berry, Carla Castaneda, Robert Dessous, and Juan J. Medina. Set decoration has Jess Gregg, Gillian Hunt, Samantha Levy, Molly Light, Laura Savage, and Zach Sheehan. Uh, people did the puppet hair, right? The puppet hair artists were Katie Strutz, Amelia Hiltner, and Meave Callahan. Now, our voice cast. Well, David Bradley voices Geppetto. Gregory Mann voices Pinocchio and also Carlo. We've got Ewan McGregor as Sebastian J. Cricket. Bern Gorman voices the priest. Ron Perlman is the Podesta. Daughtery is John Tororo. Candlewick is Finn Wolfgard. Spazzatura is Kate Blanchett. Black Rabbits, Tim Blake Nelson. Count Volp is Christopher Waltz. The Wood Spirit and Death are voiced by Tilda Swinton. Mussolini, the sea captain, and Mussolini's right-hand man, voiced by Tom Kenny. Alfie Tempest also helps to voice Pinocchio and Carlo. Podesta's wife is voiced by Anthea Gurko. You know what? I feel that is, yeah, that's our main group. Oh, Milner, Pedestro's son, is voiced by Rio Mangini. Yes. Now the gist is right. So It is based on Carlo Collodi's The Adventures of Pinocchio, but it is inspired by Grizz Grimley's designs when he brought out an Italian adaptation in 2002. Right? It was he drew. It was an illustrated version. Right? And so in this one, it reimagines the story in 1930s fascist Italy. It's a story of love and disobedience as Pinocchio struggles to live up to his father's expectations, learning the true meaning of life. So, yeah. So, you know what I mean? As I said, there's things to set it apart from the recent Pinocchio that we have. And I will say, there is a lot of heart in this film, right? It feels fuller, right, than the previous version. You know, like the classic Disney original cartoon, boy, that, I mean, that's the pinnacle. The recent Disney live action adaptation, I don't know. It didn't. I didn't feel connected to it. This one, there's definitely more to it, right? It definitely feels like it's coming alive, and I think part of that is the incredible work from the Jim Henson Company. Yeah, I didn't know they were the ones who did all the puppets, right? And you know, when Jim Henson's crew are involved, we're going to get some interesting, fun stuff. Now, one thing that does seem, something here, Geppetto is a bit of an asshole. Bit of an asshole. I say that because we see his other puppets that he's made. And he's made some, when I say lifelike, it's not really lifelike, but you feel me, right? A little bit more realistic than what Pinocchio actually is. So it's just like, yo, you wanted to craft the boy. Why don't you make it like your other puppets, you son of a bitch? You know what I mean? You're just like, yo, Geppetto, man, what have you done, homie? What have you done? But yeah, so there's that. Pinocchio also doesn't listen. Little fucker doesn't listen at all. Very petulant. But yeah, let's be serious. It's I think another difference with this one is we actually see Geppetto and Carlo, right? His son that he loses. So it starts off with you know, we're being narrated to by Sebastian J. Cricket. And he talks about, we see Geppetto at a grave, and he talks about how he's always there, his son died, everything like that. We then see a load of scenes with his son and what happened, how his son actually died, which does bring a different component to this. Another big thing about that is, though, right? If Carlo, who's probably, I think they say he's 10, right, is Geppetto's son, right? Geppetto looks like he's 70, right? So it's just like, who the fuck is Geppetto's mum, right? Where is Geppetto's mum? Well, sorry, Geppetto's wife, not Geppetto's mum. There was no incest involved, as far as I know. But yeah, because, hey, you know what I mean? A 60-year-old ain't birthing that kid. You know what I mean? Otherwise, he might have a hunchback and just all manner of things, right? So, has Geppetto got game? Right? Did he nab himself a little slice? Right? What happened? Where's the mum? Where's the mum? Because we don't see him at his wife's grave, right? That's the thing. He's mourning the kid, ain't mourning no wife. There's no pictures of a wife, which is, yeah, that's a little bizarre. It's just a side. You know what I mean? It doesn't really impact the story. I just find these things odd, right? So we have that, but as I said, look, we see the whole Carlo situation, and then how Pinocchio kind of came about, right? Which, is interesting because we had Geppetto properly depressed, in the cups and all of that jazz, right? Which you kind of think, man, he's carving while drunk. Is that safe? So that might explain why Pinocchio looked like Pinocchio, But yeah, so as Pinocchio comes to life, we get all of this story as it unfolds. And as mentioned, this is 1930s. So it's Mussolini with his Hitler, it's just all of that. So it's weird seeing uh, like puppets Zighal and all of that foulness. You know what I mean? You're just like, yo, what's happening here? What are these little puppets doing? Well, they're meant to be cute, right? But it again, it adds these different things because now we've got the backdrop of the war, right? And there are a lot of mean ass people. It is this whole redemption. It is this story learning to be human, right? So it's learning to pay heed to people's advices, to understand people say things out of frustration. It's not always what it sounds like, essentially. We get all of this understanding of life and death, right? All of these things are touched here, people. uh so I kind of feel there is a little something about this, right, that feels like, I think, kids may connect with it more than the recent Disney version. Now, it is a lot darker to the extent of, right, there is more death here. There is the war backdrop. But I feel there's probably darker stuff that little kids are watching. You know what I mean? I don't think it's too crazy. Like, there's no blood or guts or anything like that. But it might be something that sparks an interesting conversation with the youths, right? So, there is that. Now, like the Disney one, it's a musical, which I had no clue. And I hated all the songs. All the songs, I did not feel them. But I'm a cranky old man. So maybe you will enjoy them, people. So I think it was better than the Disney version, but I didn't particularly love it. We do have a solid voice cast, and the story flows well enough, though it does feel long, right? This is just under an hour. No, sorry, just under 2 hours. No, just under an hour is perfect. No, this is just under 2 hours. So yeah, it's long, right? And it does feel like it is long, but yeah, if you're all about puppets and you like old stories, Pinocchio and all that jazz, then you might want to give it a look. But yeah, it's a musical. Be warned, it's a musical. But as I said, more heart than the recent Disney adaptation. It's on Netflix, people. So maybe go check out what Del Toro has produced.